Hey guys, JJ back here. This time to give you a play for Wednesday, May 15th. It's going to be the Phillies versus the Brewers. Jake Arrieta versus Gio Gonzalez. Seeing the line right now, Phillies minus 122. The total is 9. So we grab a loss tonight with the Braves, moving us down to 25-11. For those that are in need of a calculator, it's still practically 70%. So don't be offing yourself just yet. And you guys know I don't give you the big favorites. Or if anything, I bet more underdogs than favorites, and I certainly bet a lot of unders. One of the first 5 or 6 plays I gave out for baseball this year, probably over 30 days ago, was a first 5 under. I believe it was Cleveland versus Detroit. I know Corey Kluber was pitching. The game went over in the first inning, and of course, all the Nostradamuses came to life, to tell me it was the wrong call. You see, it's the people that obsess over the wins and losses that just never make it long term in this industry. Everyone and their mother wants to do this full time. Everyone wants to brag about how much money they make, betting on sports. And the reality is, though, that less than 1% of people actually make money sports betting. Now, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the people that are making money selling picks or maybe the affiliate money. I'm talking legitimate win-loss money that's in play. Over 99% of people lose. My dad's been a pro sports bettor for 25 years. He makes a living doing this. I'm in the same boat, but our styles are definitely a little different. You may even see that when, the more videos he does on regularly, and you've probably seen his older stuff as well. You'll find few people, though, pound for pound, that have the success I do from a winning percentage perspective. But you don't hear me pounding my chest or telling you guys how great I am or, blow me. I'm so good. I understand what it takes to win long term, and I understand, how difficult this is. And what goes into the research process and what goes into, getting wins consistently. It's a long-term game that's where you're looking for slight number edges. I mean, there's no definitive, like people will look at a game like tonight through that lost, and they're like, they'll grade the game because, again, this is your typical naive sports bettor. Look at the game and go, oh, loser. Wow, was he wrong about that? What an idiot, or what an asshole. But here's the thing. That spot was a good spot for us to back for the reasons I gave you in the video. Look, it didn't work out, but I could give a shit. It's a calculated play. And for those that don't think so, that's fine, but you'll never get anywhere in this industry with that type of mindset. The guys who just consistently obsess over wins and losses get slaughtered daily sports betting. They create new tout accounts, regularly to create themselves a brand new slate. They say they're going to start over. They wipe their units. They wipe their losses, and they also run for their losses. And when they win, when the few times that they do win, they'll talk as if they have a dick bigger than Ron Jeremy. Now, I get constant questions from people asking about how they can actually win money sports betting. And they want to become a full-time handicapper. And they know everything there is to know about sports, but can't understand why they've had such bad luck sports betting. The thing is, this industry isn't for everyone, but everyone thinks it is. The naive sports bettor, as I often refer to most in this industry, who, again, obsess over wins, losses, units won, how unlucky they get when they lose, and they continue to brag when they actually do win. Do yourself a favor. If you're betting on sports and you're winning money, stop telling people about it. No one cares. No one gives a shit. And I'm not saying it to you in a negative way, like as if I'm salty about that. But what I'm saying is that do your due diligence, do your research, and then the success will come for you afterwards. You don't need to brag to people. Like you ever be in like a bar, grabbing a drink with somebody, or maybe you're in with a bunch of friends, and like, the only thing you hear about, the people talking about, is how much money they've won sports betting. It's never like the losses. It's always, oh, I've won this, I've won that. These are people you need to be running away from as fast as you can. Because these people don't understand. Like, that's not the right way to go about it. Everybody knows that there are people that win in this industry and people that lose a lot. I hope most of you know that most lose at this. But I can promise you no one cares about how many games you've won or how many games you've lost or how unlucky you've been. And I'm not saying this to you to be an asshole. I'm saying this to you because I'm trying to save you from the heartache. Because put yourself in these people's shoes. Do you like listening to other people's whining about them losing? No. So why would they want to hear about you whining? Look, here's the thing. You guys know, me, myself, I'm a 1K per game bettor. My goal is to pick up 10 to 12K a month. Some months I win, up to 30K. Some months I'll lose 30K. But I know what I do works. And this channel from the onset has been proof of that. The records may seem hard to believe based on your perception, of what you've seen to date. But go look at my NFL vids where I show screenshots of my bets. $1,000 a game. 20-8 record in NFL. 20-8 record in college basketball. And now MLB is 25-11. The constant free plays I give away on my Twitter for tennis, which has got to be up well over 15 to 20 units above 500, or got to be well over 15 to 20 games above 500 over the last 45 days alone. Look, my records are good, but my dad's are just as good, if not better, from when he was doing the channel years back. But, he began to get annoyed with the people and the fucking idiots that come on, and they know everything. There are so many people that know everything about sports betting, and it's distasteful. I continue to tell you guys this on these videos, and I hate to sound like a broken record. I really want this industry to have a paradigm shift in the right way. But there's just the constant people that want to log on and you spend all your time watching all these YouTube videos on how to be a better sports bettor, or how to do this, and you follow a pick, and then you realize the pick loses, so you take time out of your day, which I'm sure is so busy, and log in and give your negative feedback, which is fine. You're entitled to express yourself. But my thing is that stuff's not going to get you anywhere. You're never going to be able to do what you want to do in sports betting if you're going to constantly talk negatively about the people that are actually putting the work in for this. Like you'll hear me talk negatively about this again, this naive sports bettor, but you're not going to hear me bash any handicappers specifically. Maybe Vegas Dave, just because the guy's an asshole. But outside of that, you won't hear me talk negatively about any handicappers. Like because you know what it is? I know what it takes to be successful. You'll hear so many handicappers talk so negatively about so many other handicappers, and it's just not right. It's not fair. It shouldn't be like that. And again, it's more or less friendly fire. We're all on the same team. But again, it just goes to show you how many people know so little about what goes on in this industry. I can't express how annoying it is to be asked how many units I'm up for the year, or how do I really know a certain sport? When I get asked these questions by people, I just tell them to fuck themselves. Like, literally fuck off. These are naive individuals that are just looking for someone to blame when they lose their bets. These are people that I want to be nowhere near in my life. I'd rather jump into the Grand Canyon than be anywhere close to these people. What I'm getting at is, and what I've said before, is this industry is not for everybody. When the majority of people realize this, we'll all be better off. I want to help you all, but I cannot make you into something you're not. I can't make a blind person see. I can't make a deaf person hear. I can't force somebody to stop eating ass, despite how often they get pink eye. If you find yourself constantly making excuses for when you lose, or constantly blaming others when you lose, or constantly nagging others when you lose, or constantly telling people how you knew what you were going to do, or how you would have done this in hindsight, get out of this industry now. You don't belong. You don't belong. You will be unsuccessful. You will be unsuccessful from a bankroll perspective. You will be unsuccessful from an emotional perspective. It is just not for you. And again, this industry is not for everybody. I don't want to seem like I'm getting on here giving you guys this negative Sally, Debbie Downer type of message. But I can't understand how there are so many people that go with the negative route. Whether it's this channel, whether it's another channel, respect the people that are putting the work in for you. It's free. This is free shit. Don't be silly. Go on other people's channels. Thank them for the video. If you want to follow their picks, great. Follow their picks. Awesome. If you don't want to follow their picks, that's fine. Do your own thing. But just get out of the mindset of, constantly needing to find other excuses for why you lose. Look, I could give a shit. I make more than enough money doing this. I do this because I want this industry to slowly become better. But, again, everybody's not going to see that, and I get that, and that's fine. But you need to stop crying when you lose. You need to stop bragging when you win. Look, expect to win. Certainly expect to lose. But for the most part, you need to be able to keep your emotions out of it and stay calculated. I tell this to people all the time. It's frustrating to see the constant negativity that goes on various channels. I've been watching other channels recently, and just to see the comments below that people post, and to me, it's so silly. Okay, so I know I went on a little bit of a tangent there, and I apologize for that. Actually, no, fuck that. I don't apologize. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But we will now go into the pick here. So Philly draws Milwaukee again here after a poor loss today. Yes, we're going back to a game that involves the Brewers. As you guys know, I like to stay in my lane. Now, you won't see me back favorites above -120 often, but here is a spot where I will be. The play is going to be Phillies -122. What I have here, is a few things. So Gio Gonzalez a few weeks back was practically bagging groceries at ShopRite before his AAA stretch for the Yanks, and now obviously he's on the Brewers rotation. But he's now had quite a few good starts under his belt. Now, what has spawned of this is a bit of a turn in the markets, and I wouldn't say a full 180 turn because it's not like his lines were super high from the get-go anyway. But we are getting a little more love for Gio now. And in his last start, he was a small underdog against Quintana versus the Cubs. Pitched real well as a small dog there, and they won that game 7-0. That's what's fresh on people's minds. Gio's pitching really well with a 1.69 ERA. His advanced numbers show regression is on the way, but not that much. I mean, his FIP is 2.36. His xFIP's 3.65. Leaving a bunch of runners on base as well, which ultimately is a good thing. His early success can be attributed to the amount of ground balls he's getting, currently over 50%. This is, just a crazy amount of ground balls. His SIERA is over 4, and despite his low ERA, again, just to prove, kind of regression is on its way. Now, Gio's struggles in recent years have come from bats on the right side of the plate. Philly is filled with lefty mashers on the right side: McCutchen, Segura, Hoskins, Realmuto, Franco. Of course, Harper comes from the left side, but still dangerous. Cesar Hernandez actually leads his team in batting average, and he'll be able to come at him from the right side as well. So look, this team has plenty of guys that can find holes in the diamond. Now, Jake Arrieta for the Phils comes into the start after quite a few bad ones, surrendering 3 earned or more in 4 straight. But we all know what he's capable of. His ERA is 3.78, and his advanced numbers say he's not as good as that either, with his FIP and xFIP in the mid to high 4s. After a tremendous start to the season, he has fallen off a bit. But this falling off has created a bit of a shift in the marketplace as well, as it really pertains to this line in particular. If this is a game that starts 3 games ago for these pitchers, where it's Gio's first start, I mean, this line's Philly -145. No questions asked. But instead, we only have to lay 122. These are the same guys. It's not like they're doing anything differently. Add in the fact that the Brewers just won a practical sweat-free game today. So this line, even at -122, I do believe we'll see two-way action. Now, with regards to lineups, we know what the Brewers have. I've done enough videos on the Brewers already. But on the road, they are 24th worst in baseball in hitting. This team is totally different at Miller Park versus everywhere else. This includes last year's MVP, Christian Yelich. On the other side, Philly is one of the best hitting teams at home. Bullpens here are fairly even, with Philly actually only the 3rd best ERA in the NL. But we know what lies in the Brewers' pen with Jeffries and Hader. What we have here is the better pitcher in Arrieta, the better lineup as per the matchup versus Gio in favor of the Phillies. We may even have a slight edge with the bullpen. Now, I know that the bullpen ERA is higher for the Phillies. You would just, assume Phillies bullpen's better. But again, I know who the Brewers have. I know that pen's really good. But based on what the Phillies done to date, you could argue they have a slight edge in the bullpen as well. We also are getting the home team here and only have to lay 122. This is a spot I will back every day. Do not price climb here though. If this line goes up above -135, it is no longer favorable. So grab it while you can at the -122. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, as always, thumbs up. If you did not enjoy the video, I hope you fall on a sword. As always, drop the comments below. Love interacting with you. I know this video was a lot longer than typical. I've been wanting to do a video like this where I give you guys some perspective on the negative portion of the industry. I always give you videos on the positive things to find from the industry, but I also like to give you the negative. Again, I try to be as transparent as I can with this channel. Give you a little bit of that different edge. I hate to come off like I'm sounding like I'm all doom and gloom. That's why I typically like to do these videos after a win. But either way, I wanted to get the video out there because again, you start to lose one game, and then all the trolls and idiots come out and tell you how much they know. Meanwhile, they're betting $3 parlays. But either way, more or less, stay humble through the wins. Don't cry about the losses. No one cares. No one cares about how unlucky you got or whatever. Just continue to work on your process, get better. And ultimately we'll all be better for it. As again with the comments, feel free to drop a hello down below. Love interacting with you guys. I would appreciate it. I will not have a video for you guys tomorrow, so keep your degenerate genes to a minimum. I will be back Thursday though, and I will see you then. Go Phils.